Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now, this is a waning moon reading for the sign in the title below. I'm doing a joint introduction for all 12 of them because it would be a good idea for you to watch your sun and your moon and your rising sign and quite possibly your Saturn and Jupiter at the moment. And you will get sick of hearing me say the same thing over and over and over again. So, same introduction, same time signature on all of them to fast forward past it. But stay with me this first time. Now, the waxing moon readings were looking at what to increase over the course of the waxing moon, leading up, in this case, to the full moon in Gemini. There are many great astrologers, even on YouTube, the Leo King, Soul Garden TV, Anastasia, Cosmic Astrologer, and Adam Elmbass, sorry, and Sun Soul TV. All of them have a look at what they've got to say about the full moon in Gemini, the solar eclipse on the December the 26th that we're coming up to, and also the infamous Saturn and Pluto conjunction that is peaking on January the 12th. What we are looking at, Pluto, remember, is about transformations and endings. So this is very good for a waning moon reading where we are looking at what we want to decrease by the point of the new moon. Now is a time for making decisions. Now is a time for saying, that is where I want to be, and I don't want to be here anymore, wherever here, or even more, hopefully, I don't want to be there anymore. So hopefully you've already got some movement out of whatever it is. But we run the risk of setting the same old patterns again for another 31 years, apparently. Now, I've only just done the first 31 years, or it might have been 38, whichever, the astrologers will tell you. So now it's really important to look at what we need to cut out, what we need to reduce, what we need to walk away from, ready for the new beginnings, typified by the next new moon and by the solar eclipse, apparently. I wasn't aware they mean new things, but apparently they mean new things, at least according to Divinely Feminine, another reader I highly recommend. Anyway, I've waffled enough. You've got the idea. The question is, what should your sign decrease and reduce leading up to the new moon? And let me bring up the cards. Okay, Aquarius, and I apologize if the audio levels between the introduction and this bit are off because I've been experimenting with the new mic. Now, I rather get the impression that you have laid the law down somewhere, possibly in reaction to some news, or you have laid the law down where you have cut somebody out, or something out, let's be fair, and it has meant that you have looked at that which is your kingdom, so to speak, your empire, and made you think that changes need to be made. But there are plenty of options that have been presented to you, but none of them feel like they are. It's same old, same old. Been there before, done it before. There's no point repeating yourself. And also, I think with that laying down the law bit, there's no point in repeating yourself there either. But you have already been given the motivation to move on in a new direction. And there is a great clarity that you can see by you not wanting to repeat what has gone before. Because if it was good, great, it was good, but you've experienced that once. And if it's bad, then you certainly don't want to repeat it again. But there has to be balance in how you are using that clarity, because there's a journey for you to take. There's a distance for you to pass between where you are right now and your quite secure and well-regulated kingdom and where you want to be, because the god that is supporting you is Icarus, whose quality in this deck is inexperience. you need to be going forward into somewhere where you don't know where you are, where the rules that you are setting down are based more on faith than on experience, and are open to a certain amount of fluidity because the very landscape around you is changing. You can contribute to that through the hard work that you put in, but there will be some things that you miss in your quest to achieve balance. So do not spend too much time basking in the fact that you've laid the law down, basking in the fact that you've cut something out, that you've got rid of something, and that you've started striving forward, because you are in a whole new territory now. The goal that you're aiming for is still a little bit ephemeral. You know the vague direction, you don't know the actual destination, and it will take strength to get there, but you have made a good start. But there is an awful amount of swords here. And what I'm thinking is, because we have Knight, Ace, 6, 2, 9. 9 of Swords is the final card here. So put aside anxiety, which in this 9 of Swords card, the person seems to have done. It's almost like looking at those 9 swords above. It's wherever you laid the law down, I think anxiety might have been part of the reason for that. But what I'm seeing from these 9 swords, and bear in mind, I always see the aspect of 9 being rebirth, as well as this level almost complete, which is the general tarot reading. But I saw the 9 swords as a trinity of trinities. You are balancing not just 2 parts, as in the 2 of Swords, but you are balancing 3 parts of your life. So body, mind, soul, for example. Work life, home life, love life. Financial life, artistic life, and just personal relationships life, friend life. You're bringing all these things together in a trinity that works together, which is why you was missing out on a little something, seeing a little something, because you were seeing it as a duality. And what you want to do is to form your own kingdom, to get the same sense of security and empire that you had before, but a little more naked, a little more raw, a little more elemental, a little more genuine, a little less ornate, a little less complicated, but nevertheless that empire's still there, is that you're needing to balance 3 aspects. Right now, you're only aware of 2 of them. So your dreams need a practical plan, yes, but be aware that you're not entirely sure right now where they lead. Beware of extremes. Beware of extremes of reaction, because there are extremes of behavior around you. But the most important thing that you need right now is to acknowledge that you don't know everything. Certainly not in this new field or this new area of life that you're going into. And how can you look after yourself, and how can you mother yourself while you're in the space of not entirely knowing the lay of the land? But I do feel that this not knowing the lay of the land, although it helps you be blind to a couple of things, is actually a wonderfully refreshing experience for you. You will benefit from it, just as long as you remember that you can't see everything right now. Things will come apparent. And when you feel anxiety come up, that might be pointing out, wait, there's that 3rd thing that you haven't paid attention to. But none of it is a threat. Just be aware of extremes of action right now. That's almost what you need to put down. Put down the swords, put down the extremes of reaction. So if this means anything to you, Aquarius, please do comment down below in the comment section, obviously. But press subscribe while you're there. I'd be grateful. Check out your full moon reading, which will tell you about the energies for this next, for the current lunar cycle or next lunar cycle that will be working with you and working against you. or against you is a bit harsh, obstacles. Look at your sun, your moon, your rising signs in whichever ones. But right now, it's well worth paying attention to Saturn and Jupiter in your chart as well. Okay, in the meantime, good luck with this. Avoid extremes. Don't fly off the handle. You've laid the law down. Now put the swords down. Step away from the swords, because you are going into a space of inexperience, of not knowing the ins and outs of everywhere. So if you're inexperienced with a sword, you can hurt yourself, all right? So be careful, be gentle. All right, cheers.